Welcome back to Turntable Guy. On the bench today we have a very sick dual 1257. We'll just do a quick demonstration of the problems here. So this, even though it's a 12 series, this is very similar to the 5 series, like a 505, 508, that kind of series, as far as the motor, belt, and platter setup. So they're very similar. I don't know exactly why. Oh, maybe it's called the 12 series because it probably, yeah, it had a stacker. So that's why. The 5 series doesn't. But the construction is very similar to the 505. Let's use that as a comparison here. I'm just going to loosen these before I... Man, those are tight. Now, if you hear some dripping in the background, it's been extremely wet here, so my sump pump is kind of going nuts. All right, let's plug this puppy in here. And as you can see, as soon as I plug it in, it's spinning. And it's on stop, which is kind of funny. Oh, it's not even clicking over. Oh, did it stop? No, it hasn't stopped. Let's just remove this platter. Very little torque. Now the motor is spinning. We might just have a very slippy belt here. Needs a good cleaning. Oh, okay. We just kind of jammed up there. And we're going again. Arm will not move forward. Okay, so we're obviously stuck mid-cycle here. It's not moving forward anymore. It's just kind of getting to this point and stopping, so we don't want to force anything. This table's got some serious issues. My guess is probably some sticky grease. Unless something's been forced. Let's just take off our platter here. So you just loosen this trim ring in the middle and then lift up on the platter. And that reveals a sub platter. So like I said, that's very similar to the 505. Yeah, it's definitely jammed here somewhere. The motor is still turning. How is this belt? Ooh, that's probably the reason. Look how shiny this belt is on the one side, and then it's totally normal, shall we say, on this side. So instead of changing the belt, we're going to reverse this and get the torque. We're going to clean it first, though, because it's still very elastic. I find that these dual belts are very good quality, and they last a very long time. Okay, but we are jammed here. Our arm is jammed. So we're just going to unplug it. We don't want to do any more damage to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I'm going to remove the turntable from the case. As you've seen me do many times before, it's just a matter of loosening your transport screws here and then just moving them over and pulling the unit out. And sometimes you have to get the wires out to get them out of the case. So just let me take care of that and I'll be right back. Okay, we're out of the case and we're upside down here. Someone's been in here before because the two screws that hold this, the plate that attaches the cables to the case were missing, and this was just floating willy-nilly inside the case. Now, I seem to have just, I was just playing with some of these levers and stuff, and we have a serious case of nasty grease everywhere on this thing. The main cam is moving very slowly, like super, like it's not moving at all. This is terrible. The cam arm here does not want to move left and right very much. So we've got dried up grease in the cam bearing. We've got dried up grease on the cam arm bearing underneath here. We have no stoyer pimple. Well, that's normal. Grease here is dried up. The grease here on the actuator switch is dried up. I'm just going to see. Yeah. When you move the arm out, it's not moving the main actuator. So we probably have some dried up grease. No, that one's okay. A little bit better there. Our speed selector. Yeah. This is dried up. Where's the speed selector on this thing? It's right here. I can't. Oh, it's over here. That's why. The speed selector is very tight. Oh my God, that's really bad. It's barely moving. So what we have here is a case of really bad dried up grease. So I am certainly not going to film me removing grease and reapplying it because it's really of no use. Basically, you have to remove the cam arm to get this out of the way. Then you want to remove this arm. That's part of the changer mechanism. And get the cam out so you can re-lubricate the main bearing. You want to remove this actuator switch here for the motor. Remove that, take it apart, clean it. You want to take apart the speed selector switch, clean it. So basically what you're doing here is you're cleaning old grease and reapplying fresh. And right here, this is all very dried up grease as well. It's all bad. So what I'm going to be doing before I'm actually removing any grease is I'm just going to be hitting these spots with a little bit of WD-40 lubricant. And I'll show you, well, I shouldn't call it lubricant because I use it as a cleaner. I'm going to show you where I'm going to put that. When the grease is this dried up, I will use it. Then I remove it later. So I'm going to hit the main cam here. And you can be liberal with this stuff because we're going to remove it later. Here. All in here. That's been removed already. I can see that circlip wasn't put back correctly. There. And under here. And we're just going to let that soak. WD-40 does a great job of removing old grease anywhere and under here. Anywhere where there's old grease, just spray it, let it sit. And then what you want to do is you have to remove everything and then you're going to clean it with alcohol. Because if you just start cleaning with alcohol when the grease is very, very thick and dry like this, it takes forever. This loosens and destroys old grease. So by all means, buy yourself a can of this stuff and it will definitely destroy old grease. Just to give you an idea, that already feels better. There's our speed switch. It's already moving better. Everything's moving better already. Now, our main actuator. That just needs to come up. There. How's this moving? We have some dried grease under here. There we go. Let's get that kind of loosened up. Let's see if the arm does anything now. Still stuck. I think we're mid-cycle. That's why we're stuck here. Yeah, we are. I'm just going to rotate the cam. There we go. It did let loose there for a second. And don't worry if you get WD-40 or everything. It doesn't hurt anything. Just exercising. What is that? That might be stuck as well. That does not look right. I think we found our problem here. That does not look right. That feels loose and broken. This little brass piece here should not be pointing out like that, because it's coming around and it's hitting this post over here. So that's going to require, like I said, I have to take everything apart here. So just clean up some of the mess. But I am going to let that soak for a little while. I'm also going to spray in the cam here. We got to replace all this grease. And we'll just let that sit. So I am going to do lots of cleaning here. And I'll probably show you a little bit when it's disassembled. Plus, we need to look what's going on with that right there. So I shall return. All right, I've removed the main cam. So it normally sits upside down here like that. Couple bolts to remove, and then you have to remove the subplatter from the top. So here's that piece that was sitting incorrectly. So it's supposed to sit inside of here, not on the outside. It's supposed to sit like that, and it looks like it's been bent. Now I'm going to check the service manual if that's correct or not, but the way it was sitting, obviously it cannot work because it was hitting this as it was coming around. So, but you can see the condition of the main cam here, the grease and the hair and all the rest of it. This is so sticky, it's just not going to turn nicely. Here's the main cam arm over here. It's been removed. That's the bearing that it sits on. So it was stiff, but now the WD-40 has cleared that off. What else? I haven't gone to work on the main switch yet. I want to get this cam all fixed, and then we'll lubricate the main shaft there where the subplatter rides on. So the subplatter, it's an open bearing, and I think the original oil on this was like a Renotac, which is a tacky oil, and it's usually kind of sticky. So I'm going to say the condition of this bearing is fine. It is spinning with that little bit of stickiness that the Renotac they use at the factory creates. But we definitely have to clean this up, and there's just so much cleaning to do here. Where's the story? There's the Stoyer pimple there. As you can see, it's missing. So we'll create one. I have many videos on creating Stoyer pimples. I'll link videos in the description, such as the service on the 505, which is very similar to this, and the points that you have to get these turntables running again, and to get rid of all this grease and oil. So anyway, I'm going to continue on with my cleaning, and I'll be back. Another update here. We have completely disassembled and relubed the main motor switch here. As you can see, it's activating the motor. It's kicking back nicely the way it should. There's a few pieces here that I want to show you. I have cleaned the main post where the cam sits, so that's all done. And there is this little plastic piece here. Now that ball bearing rides in that little channel. This is attached to the tone arm, and as it moves forward, it trips the auto return. So that ball bearing rides in this channel and there. So that's important that you do not lose those pieces. I shall be back. Hey, welcome back. Well, I've been playing around, trying to figure out why This thing is getting a little jammed here and there. Like I mentioned, this mechanism here, this copper piece down here, this is what trips your auto return and what gets the cam gear going, okay? And as the arm, this is the arm here, moves forward, this arrow touches that peg, come on, focus, and pushes this inwards to where it contacts the gears on the subplatter, thus starting the automatic movement. Now, I was noticing when I moved the arm all the way over, like this, that it wasn't doing anything. It's already all the way over. Hang on a sec here. Let me push it back. It wasn't moving this piece towards the subplatter cam, right? So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because if you can see here, the arm is touching there, but why? Well, because this thing was so frozen up with grease and things were not moving freely anymore, someone either forced the start switch here, or they forced the arm, or they forced something which bent that piece, that little arm there. And you can see it's still got a hook in it. It's still not flat. Now I've just gone in there and pushed it down with a screwdriver like this, just to flatten it a little bit. And it seems to be going a little better now. I got to get it up on this 2x4. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let me get you back up on the mount. Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm holding up one side of this. I'm going to start it. How's your vision there? Not bad? Okay. So starts the cam. I've replaced the storer pimple, by the way. Arm lifts. You can see the cam engaging and it moves over. Okay. The start switch lever moves back to the neutral position. Arm descends. Okay. So as the record plays, la 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 la, it comes over. It should trip that. It does. That's my dog hacking. And you can see the auto return mechanism starting, and it's not jamming anymore. By gosh, I think we fixed this. All right. So we have repaired the auto return and auto start mechanism, and we freed up all the oils and greases, which were a mess. I'm pretty satisfied that this is going to work now. I have to continue servicing this and that on there. I have to clean all my dirty fingerprints for one thing. You can see a little bit here. All the greases have been restored, replaced. I still got a little bit more to do, and I'm going to be working on that for a little bit of time yet. But I just wanted to let you see that something was jammed because it was bent. And it's bent because the grease caused it to be to get sticky, and then people either force the arm or force the start lever, and that bent that actuator. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to continue on pressing on with this one because it's a lot of work, and I'll get back to you in a few minutes. For you, it'll be instantaneous. Another update here. Everything's working fine, but I was noticing that when the automatic features were returning the arm back, that the motor was not shutting off. And again, more grease problems. There's a little bit of grease underneath this black piece that sits on top of this white piece. Removed and cleaned that. There's a little bit of grease that sits inside here that allows this to kick back and forth. This is when this is moved forward. That's how your arm turns on and off, as you can see. So that was a problem. And it's just a matter of getting in here, cleaning all the grease, and reapplying some fresh grease to that post there and all throughout there. And it seems to be turning off normally now. So I'm going to remount this. I am going to service the motor. Again, I'm going to put a link to my Dual 505 video. This is an SM100 motor, so you can see how I service that in that video. A matter of disassembling it and getting oil into the top and bottom bearings. I'm going to do that before I get this back in the case, but for you, it's just going to be back in the case. So I'll just pause and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. All right, we've got our strobe on here. This does have an electronic strobe as well, so you can use that as well, but sometimes it's easier for you guys to see it when I put the big paper one on there. And we're just going to adjust speed here. We're a little bit fast. What's crazy about this table is the pitch belt, the toothed belt, is actually okay. It actually works, which is strange. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Usually they've turned to jello by this time, so all right, that's our 33. And our 45 is fast, but you can't adjust for both of them here. You have to, I'm gonna have to adjust for 45 and get the nut out and do it like that. 33 is okay. So I'm gonna get this speed adjusted once I'm done the video here. But in the meantime, let's just show you. I'm gonna hit the stop button there, and hopefully this light will go out. And it didn't. Still getting stuck. Very annoying. I am going to have to clean that again. All right, just hang on. Let me just get this off here and then do it while it's spinning. I'll show you what's stuck. It's right here. Watch this. It's just sticky enough that doesn't want to go back, eh? Anyway, let's do a quick sound test. I'll fix that again. I'm going to have to clean that again. This table, you know, this is not a particularly long video, but I have got like 3 hours into this thing just from cleaning grease and just trying to get things set up correctly, trying to find what was wrong, why that actuator was bent, the whole thing. So anyway, let's do a quick speed test here. Sorry, a quick sound test, and go from there. Volume up. No hum, and the cables are good. Believe it or not, the cables are actually good on this one. The queuing wasn't working either. To adjust queuing height on this turntable, you turn this screw. It's working nicely though. We'll just try our auto return here. That's working. Let's see if it shuts off this time. Nope, it didn't shut off. So, oh, and now it did. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to re-clean that mechanism and get rid of any more sticky glue there. But there you have it. There's a Dual 1257. Yeah, this one was a bit of a nightmare. Lots of grease. I mean, that's the story of this one. Sticky, hardened grease. It's very time consuming, and you know, it's hard to put a price on something like that. You know, a lot of people don't want to spend the money on a table like this. They're good quality turntables. They sound good. They're mechanically sound. It's just that the factory used a grease that, you know, went bad, and you really can't blame the factory. It's been 50 years, right? So that's where we're at with this one. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.